Latrice and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be here today. So guys, today I am going on a day trip to Woodbury Common Premium Outlets. Guys, I had so much fun the last time I was there. I haven't been there since September, so it is November and I am so excited to make a return and just see if they have anything. I'm really not coming with any expectations. I'm just there to browse around, and the goal is if something is really good, I will pick it up. But otherwise, I'm trying to limit my shopping this month. So it is a pretty chilly day in New York, so I'm all bundled up. I wanted to wear this cute little cashmere hat that I have, but I have a little gray vibe going on, so I'm going to stick with the baseball cap, but put the cashmere in my bag in case it gets windy or cold. Decisions. But anyways, I'll see you guys there. So now that I'm back, let's debrief about my recent trip to Woodbury Common Premium Outlets. I felt like this was a really good time to go because I was able to get a lay of the land now that we're just a couple weeks out from Black Friday. Look at the inventory. I do know it changes on a daily basis, but get a feel for what's going on and ask some essays about some of the upcoming deals. All right, so the first place I hit was Loewe. They still had that back wall of fall sale items. When I went the last time in September, they were an additional 25% off, but now they're an additional 50% off. And I was able to confirm that that will not change throughout the course of Black Friday. But what the Black Friday deal in addition to that will be is that select items will be 30% off. So I thought that was pretty good. And that is actually better than it was when I went ahead of Labor Day weekend. I love that store so much. I think it's one of the coolest stores that they have, especially if you're a Loewe fan. The next place that I went to was Saint Laurent. So in typical Brit fashion, I did inquire about their leather jackets because that's something that's on my wish list, and the floor length pea coats. They currently did not have any right now, but what they did have that I thought was really good was handbags. So I saw a piece that was a travel bag that really caught my eye and I thought was extremely nice and marked down quite a bit from its original price. There were no additional sales, so nothing to note there, and they weren't really clear on what Black Friday would look like for them. So I went into Gucci this time around. It was so packed. They had so much though. So if you were into like ready to wear or accessories, even some of the handbags, I feel like they had a lot to choose from. I loved this really long overcoat that was from the Runway. Guys, it was ridiculous. It dragged the ground. So imagine like Met Gala vibes. Like it was definitely a collector's piece, and it looked like to me something that should be in a special showroom that can be pulled for red carpet or television slash film, you know, like it wasn't really for your average Joe, because there would be no way to keep it in pristine condition the way that it just dragged the floor. It was so good. In addition to the runway piece, another standout piece was a full leather embossed Gucci logo blazer. So cool. Looked so expensive. It looked great, and I was just like, I feel like here you could be Gucci down, and in all the best ways. They didn't have any additional discounts. I'm not sure how their sales cycle works because it was really hard for me to find an essay. They were probably some of the busiest essays that I've seen. They were running around the whole time, so it was hard to really connect and get more information. But I wasn't too impressed with the level of discount for it being an outlet. The price difference didn't feel too significant. And guys, I don't know about you, when I come to an outlet, I'm expecting like 60% off and above. Actually really 70% off, but I'll say 60 to like keep things at bay, but really 70% and above. That's what I want from my outlet experiences. I'm just saying. Another store that I did not make it into the last time that I went to this time was Celine. I thought they had a beautiful leather goods selection. I also was able to connect with SA. She told me that they would have a really good Black Friday sale. She wasn't so sure about the ready-to-wear and some of the newer pieces in store, but some of the classic pieces that typically are there, they would definitely have on sale. So definitely one to put on your list if you're a Celine person, for sure. I went into Tom Ford, wasn't too impressed. I feel like the most impressive thing to me was that they did sell fragrance there. I did not expect to see that. Went to Bottega as well. They had a good amount of shoes. I wanna say they were 50% off. They had a pair of mules that were so beautiful and that I really wanted. I was really after the black pair. They did have a white pair, but because I felt like it was more of a white matte leather, it was just one that I could tell I was gonna have my work cut out for me to keep them clean and fresh looking. And I was just like, yeah, I don't want those problems. I think if they had black, we would be in business. Oh, Bottega also had some really cute sunglasses on sale. I wanna say they were at extra 30% off too. They were like the most ridiculous sunglasses, to the point where there was this one pair, y'all, that I actually started to like at the end. Like, I thought they looked cute on me. I did not want to pay the $138 that they were, because they just were like a lime green, very loud. They would just be one of those fun wild card pairs, and I was like, you could get a wild card pair for significantly cheaper than that. Save your coinage. Went into Fendi. They were having 30% off select items, and what was a fun surprise is that in the ready-to-wear that they had a really amazing ski collection. Guys, I felt like that was pretty clutch, because with ski season on the horizon, I was like, wow, I'm not quite sure why they had so much of it, but I loved it. And if the sizing was right, I definitely would have highly considered more of it, because I just thought it was so cute. I do love to ski. I don't go as often as I should, but it's such a good time. Another standout was Maison Margiela. I thought it was really cool to see their selection of tabbies. Somebody once noted on a TikTok I watched that they didn't feel like they were a significant price difference from buying them full price at the store. And while I do agree, on that day, they had an extra 40% off all the creamy white tabbies. I actually almost bought a pair of knee-high boot tabbies, but honestly, because tabbies have never been a prominent part of my wish list, I was swayed, but I decided to pass. So one of the final stores that we hit up towards the end of the day was Acne. They did not have any blanket scarves for those who are fans, but I did think that their selection of ready-to-wear was amazing. Just the fashion there was just really edgy, contemporary, cool, inspiring. They didn't have any additional sales that day, and it wasn't clear to me what their Black Friday sale would actually be. Another store that I went into was Aerie, and that is the only place that I bought something from. There's these leggings that I buy from them once a year, because it's just a part of my normal legging rotation. I feel like they're very sculpting, they're nice, but I will say after an extended period of time and a lot of wash, I was at the point where I needed to replace them. So it was funny, I asked the store associate if they had them, because they don't typically keep their same styles that long, and I really like these ones. This part is really sculpting, and the pockets are very subtle. It just kind of gives that more high-end legging that I like, that you could wear to work out or pair with your outfits. So this was like the only thing I bought, guys. Can you believe it? I can't believe it, but I was happy because, again, I came with the intention to just look around. So yeah, guys, I mean, I did trickle in a few additional places, but those were the main highlights that I wanted to share with you guys. I love that place. I can't wait to go back. My friend and I were like, when the weather eases up, we back in there. I want to make it a bigger part of my considerations of places to go when shopping, because if a few seasons ago you loved something and you were on the fence about getting it for the full price, then you could kind of revisit it there. So yeah, guys, that is everything I have for you today. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications each time I upload. I'll chat with you later. Bye.